Round one of the Bantamweights continues with Jordan Barker and Eric Coon.
Feel pretty comfortable. You know, I'm just super excited to finally be here. You know, this has been a long time coming, I feel like.
Yeah, man, just every little bit of work I've put into this, I don't see any way not coming out with this contract.
Out of the blue corner, Eric Coon, lifelong practitioner, junior USA team qualifier, world champ experience, Pan American experience, West Virginia represented here well. He takes on Jordan Barker out of the red corner. Started karate before he was born. His parents brought him home from the hospital in a gi, Ross.
That's intense, man. That's super intense. I mean, he's got to perform, right? What's going to happen if he goes home?
Round one.
You know,
are you ready?
He's going to lose his
Fighter, are you ready?
He's going to lose his belt. He's going to take his belts back.
Veteran referee Chris Mignocchi gets us going for round one between Coon and Barker. Barker takes the center, but Coon goes high with the kick.
Both these guys feeling each other out a little bit.
Sort of the traditional blast entries from each guy. You can see Coon now taking the center, Barker just trying to find the range in these opening frames of round one. Kick by Coon. Barker finds his way to the pit, bounces back off.
This is the first fight we've seen a little bit of a height discrepancy here, right? So Barker's certainly a little bit taller, and you can see he's using that range, going to the high kick left and right.
Eric Coon defensively responsible.
Another high kick.
Time.
Low.
Right here, blue, right here.
Mignocchi with separation.
You ready?
Accidental always happens, Ross.
Listen, you get two
good?
taller kickers throwing those legs around.
Fight.
Sometimes you don't hit the target.
Let's watch the blow.
Eric Coon's been focusing on mixed martial arts for the last 8 months, trying to make that debut, but getting the karate combat debut in before that.
And what a cool opportunity, right? Like, you know, you see these guys all the time. They're trying to get karate experience, kickboxing experience, MMA experience, and now we've got karate combat experience with the Kumite. It doesn't get better than this.
Jordan Barker on the other side of the coin.
It's got to be below the knee.
Training in Thailand with the Muay Thai.
Or above the waist.
That's the breeding place for good Muay Thai fundamentals.
Yeah, and you're seeing him blend it a little bit. He's not just throwing that traditional side kick, round kick. He's got some really good hip extension. But it's coming right back at him, too.
Neither guy has landed super clean through round one.
Spinning back fist.
Barker connects there. Right as I say, no one's really connected.
Hey, best shot of the fight so far. Say it again. And then another calf kick. We're getting it here.
Eric Coon gradually falling behind, but a lot can happen. He's certainly not out of this one.
Starting to heat up a little bit, too. I'm liking the action.
On top of the Thailand training, Jordan Barker came from a high school wrestling background before he started karate.
Coon's starting to pick up the pace a little bit, closing that gap much better. He's getting inside the leg. And that's the key, right? You got someone who's with long legs. You got to get inside and throw some boxing. Hit a good body kick at the end of that round, though. Good first round, Ben. What do you think, man?
I think, like we talked about, the Barker pressure slowly getting to Coon and that size. Ross, these replays.
Yeah, I mean, as I would imagine, it's a lot of kicking from Jordan Barker, you know, using his length and a great spinning back fist. Best shot of the fight so far.
Might have to go see the dentist after that one. Couple molars out of place, maybe. We take it to the jury to get their thoughts on round number one.
I think it was very close. I think Barker got the power advantage a little bit, but you know, both of these guys, it was a kicking contest in the beginning, so only go kicks, and then suddenly they start throwing in hands, and then it became a fight. So hopefully they're going to carry that on in round number two. That we see more punches to set up the kicks.
Yeah, the one punch we saw though, that could be the viral one, the spinning back fist. Yeah,
the spinning back fist was the highlight of the round.
Yeah.
Referee Chris Mignocchi gets us ready for round number two between Eric Coon and Jordan Barker. Barker
are you ready?
owns
Fighter, are you ready?
karate school that was started in 1984 by his father. His father retired last year. Barker stepped up to the plate and now runs it with excellence expected.
Speaking of plates, I asked him what he would do if he didn't do martial arts. He said he'd probably be fat.
I think he mentioned a deli shop that he might open if he wasn't competing.
He's not looking fat today, though. He looks really good. He's throwing those kicks around. There's another one from him.
Ooh, Eric Coon struggling with the power and speed of the larger man, Jordan Barker.
Yeah, for me, when in a two-round fight, it's all about if your coaches feel you didn't do well in the first round, or you got to be honest with your fighter. It's time to have a sense of urgency. I'd love to see that happening from Coon here. I'd like to see him get active, throw some hands, get inside those legs.
Oh, kick right there from Barker upstairs connects. Coon on the bicycle a lot. How can he get into this fight a little bit more as opposed to just backpedaling?
He's going to have to just blast through. You know, Jordan is using his front hand to maintain a little bit of range, but there hasn't been too much of a threat there. Aside from that first combination, you know, I think just a little bit of volume. He's got to throw.
Barker, a big fan of the Padres. Those strikes coming out like fastballs, Ross.
100%. They're coming in fast. They're coming in straight, which is also going to make it challenging. You know, sometimes strategy has to go out the window, especially in a short round. He's got to bite down the mouthpiece and go.
Eric Coon trying to seize the ultimate opportunity here in the Karate Combat Kumite. Time to let it loose, if I do say so myself, Ross.
Yeah, Jordan's doing a good job of it, neutralizing any opportunity. You can see the power advantage, the length. He's calm, he's collected, starting to change levels now too. I mean, really putting it together in the second round. I'm liking what I'm seeing from Barker.
And the stance switching orthodox southpaw, just cornering Coon, not giving him an inch.
Let's see what Coon, is anyone going to use the wall here?
Oh, Coon might not be using it, but he's certainly on it, Ross.
Yeah, he's having a hard time getting out of this corner. I mean, excellent ring control.
Stop. Round number 2 comes to a close. Jordan Barker with a really emphatic performance, Ross.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say that he dominated that second round. First round was close, but I certainly liked what I saw. He made the nice adjustments, and that's what you want to see from these amateur fighters. You know, it's not just about going in there and throwing, going crazy. We want to see nice adjustments, piece by piece. We want to see them see what happens next. Take the first round, listen to your coaches, go out, and make the adjustment.
We're going to take to the jury and find out their thoughts on this fight between Eric Coon and Jordan Barker.
You guys left it all out there, but are we going to a third round?
We're not going to a third round.
Well then, tell me your thoughts on this matchup.
Okay, so I think in the middle, I think Barker adjusted better. He started adding strikes, hand strikes to set up his kicks. He also had a really good control here when you put him up against the wall, and he kept him there constantly with feints and with just keeping him there. That's a master skill to have as well. Coon was doing really good with the kicks, but I think you're more of a counter fighter, I think. And in this particular case, it's only 2 minutes, 2 rounds of 2 minutes. I think there needs to be more offense, and I would really tie your hands into it. I think that you will have more effect with the kicks if you set it up with hand strikes, and I think that is what Barker did.
I didn't feel he was giving me everything he had, and I obviously wasn't giving him everything I had, so I wish I could have just done more, landed more. I didn't get to land as much as I should have.
Eric, yeah, I agree. You should do a little bit more with the hands and also work a little bit on the defense. Barker, you did great, but you also need to adapt to the pit because this is something special.
I think the jury statements were they're great. You don't want to do better for them. That way there is no, does he win or does he lose? You
are someone that has been discovered from social media. What are your thoughts?
No, I mean, that's perfect. I also heard about you from social media, so that's cool. You know, 2 social media people meeting up here. In terms of the fight, I have nothing more to add than what Bas and Adam said. All I can say is that spinning back fist you landed here. If that would have been a harder, I think that could have been a knockout, and that would have done really good on social media.
Definitely a spectacular highlight with that spinning back fist, but Eric Coon, you left it all out there too, so congratulations on that. We're going to give our jury some time to make their decision.
We made our decision. Jordan Barker, you go to the next round.
Congratulations, Jordan Barker.
Jordan Barker impresses in round 1 of the Bantamweight tournament. Eric Coon, tough night at the office. Great performance, though, by Jordan Barker. Expectations high as we move to the semis.
I am here with Jordan Barker, who's moving on to the next round. How does it feel?
It feels great. It feels great. Definitely, needed that first round to figure out what was happening, and the pit, like, it's different. So I think once the first round was over, and my coach was telling me, like, hey, do better. Came out, as if I lost that first round, and it was like, I gotta get to work and I gotta pick it up. You don't get too many opportunities like this, and I want it to go to waste, so.
And with the rounds being only 2 minutes, does that give you more incentive to just not leave any cardio in the gas tank?
Absolutely, yeah. It's a sprint, and I was never good at long distance, so sprints are perfect for me.
Congratulations, great performance. Jordan Barker.
Thanks for watching. I'm Layla, and if you liked what you just saw, make sure you subscribe.